Now I'm on, right? Can you hear me? Good evening. Let's see, and the responsive audience, I really appreciate that. Welcome to the Meet the Playwright series here at the Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning. Thank you for being in-house because I know it's a Monday and you had to struggle through that really cold 70-degree weather to get here, as well as the fact that I want to welcome the people who are listening in on YouTube because we're live casting while we have an in-house audience. For those who just heard me say Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning, I'm not talking about Jamaica the country, it is Jamaica Queens, which is a district of an awful lot of people from a lot of different ethnicities, and it's working very well. So enough of all of that. The Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning sat down and created Meet the Playwright specifically to talk to local playwrights who are here that haven't produced a particular play or anything, so it hasn't gone Broadway or off Broadway. So we want to provide playwrights here in the New York metro area a way to take their plays and have people watch them and actually do feedback, which we're going to do. You guys don't know that, but you're going to be part of feedback tonight. So be ready. This is, I was going to talk about JCAL, but that'll take way too long. So what I'm going to do to make it very simple and very, very easy, the play this evening is called A Mouthful of Flies. Not a mouthful of lies, a mouthful of flies. And the playwright tonight is Mr. Victor Vauban Júnior. And I would tell you a lot about him, but then that would take an all-day long seminar. But he's multi-talented, award-winning actor, writer, director, and something really juicy, but I can't tell you until afterward. When you're finished with the play, you're going to get a chance to talk to the playwright as well as the actors right here live in a Q&A session, so have your questions ready. Nothing is off limits other than what is your phone number. We don't do that. But other than that, I want you to sit back, relax, enjoy the play. And tonight, Meet the Playwright is very pleased to produce and direct, well, not direct, but provide and premiere A Mouthful of Flies by Victor Vauban Jr.
Can you at least uncuff me? It's not like I'm trying to escape here or anything. I can barely move. Stop calling me that! That's not my name. I don't want him to see me like this. The warden said it would be all right. I'm not... Look, I'm not asking you for much. I just don't want him to see me like this, in cuffs. It doesn't hurt to treat people around here with some dignity and humanity. There's no gain in treating me like an animal. We're all humans here, and civilized people, after all. I'm not demanding anything. I'm just saying it with all due respect. I know you're only doing your job, and I respect you for that. No doubts, I do. And I'll never try to cause you any problem ever. Of course, you see, I'm always quiet and I keep to myself. And I don't bother anybody, ever. Please. He's going to be here soon. It's been years since I've seen him. I'm just asking you. And I don't want to cause any trouble. Of course, I won't. No. As I said, I understand you're doing your job. A great job, by the way. I just want to have a real moment with him. It's Father's Day, for God's sake.
Martin? Martin? Is it really you? Hey, come here, man. Turn around. Let me get a look at your face. Look at you. You're all grown up, man. You're a man now, huh? Hey, man. How you been? Hey, come on, man. Turn around. Let me see your face. Come on, let's talk. Let's make the best of the circumstance. I know we could be under better settings. We don't have much time, man, so come on. I was really excited when Warden Thompson told me that you were here, you wanted to see me. I mean, I know it's bittersweet knowing that I was going to see you here. But I wanted to see you, man. And from what I hear, that you wanted to see me too, right? I guess I wanted to see you more than you wanted to see me, yeah. You know, the warden also told me you've been here for 4 months. What you in for? She also told me you placed in block 4. It's cool over there. You got access to therapy, books, classes, minimum security area. All the things you need to better yourself. Yo, how they treating you over there? You know, if I knew that you were here all this time, I would have asked to see you a lot sooner. You understand me, right? Look, man. I know you must be angry and upset with me, but this is not the time for all that. Are you angry with me? Just talk to me, man. Let me know. You know, Martin, things happened. Things were beyond my control, but I never wanted to hurt you, lie to you, or do anything to jeopardize you intentionally. Never. Say something, man. I'm here for you. Just don't stand there in silence. Your silence hurts me more than anything. Say something. All right, well, if you ain't gonna talk to me, I guess I better ask the guards to take me back to my cell. Don't forget, in spite of everything, I love you, son.
You loved me?
Believe me, I did. I mean, I do. You're my son.
Love. You do love me.
Hey, man, you gotta believe me. Please. Please forgive me.
You loved me. You love me. Forgive you.
I love you with all my heart, Martin.
Liar! You're a fucking liar.
All right. I'll take that. I'll take it. It's not just... Look, I know you might be angry, but you just can't go around being angry and upset with me, not knowing the facts or everything I went through. A man never has control over his life completely, Martin. How could I say this? It's a great mendacity. Yeah, that's what life is. That's what it is. A great mendacity, Martin. That's what life really is. It's an illusion. Nothing is for real.
You're so full of it. What the fuck are you talking about?
Man, to see you here, knowing I was gonna see you here. 3 weeks ago when they told me, this whole 3 weeks, I've been getting myself together, getting ready to see you. There's a huge, tremendous amount of guilt weighing down on my shoulders, Martin, because I wasn't there to be the father you needed me to be.
Good. It's good you feel it. Even if the way you say you feel would squash you like the despicable maggot you are. It will never be enough to fix what you did. I didn't know if you were still alive. But I dreamt that if you were, I'd have a chance to meet you someday and smash your fucking head in with a baseball bat. I always wanted it. And it would never diminish the hate I've been holding on to for all these years. I hate you. I'd kill you with my bare hands if I had the chance.
Martin, every door has two sides. It's a lie to believe we're this strong and self-determined, that we can go through anything and accomplish anything if we put our mind to it. It's a lie. Whoever is preaching that bullshit forgot to add temptation and weakness to the equation, man. Strength and determination for everybody. Just like fatherhood. Look, I don't know what you heard. I don't know what you've been told. But the truth of the matter is I lost myself, man. Completely. I don't know what you know. But I've had many ups and downs that you're not aware of. Nobody is. Just me and God. Whatever, man. Whatever. You have a right to be angry. You do. But you're my son, and I love you. I just need you to understand.
Stop trying. I'm not enthralled. Straight up, you fucked it up, and you keep trying to mince the fucking words. I hate your guts. I hated you for what you did to me and Mom. But you're... You hurt me and Mom, and I hate you for that.
Please, son. Give me another chance.
A chance?
Yes.
A chance for what?
An opportunity to make things right.
You're asking me to give you an opportunity. There's no opportunity to be given. You fucked it up really good. There's no return, no coming back. You can't undo shit like that.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. If you give me a chance, I will show and prove to you who I really am. All I need or want is an opportunity to make things right.
The same opportunity you didn't give me and Mom when I was little.
Your mother and I had a love and hate situation going on, son. All right, you making me feel like I'm still lost, but I'm not. I'm clean and I'm sober. Look, man. If you forgive me, I will make it up to you. I understand your anger, and I do not blame you for it. Nah, not one bit.
Oh, thank you kindly. Much appreciated. Fuck out of here.
You know, looking at you over there, for some reason it's making me remember the day you were born. You were this small little thingy in the palm of my hands. So beautiful. Like a precious jewel. You were so minuscule, man. You were tiny. You so precious. Like a pearl. I used to take you, place you in the center of my hands, put together just like this, and the precious pearl being protected by these strong shells.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
I watched that pearl grow and grow and grow, week after week. You know, one night you were, I think you were 3 or 4. No, you were 3.5. Yeah, that's it. You were 3.5. It was the summer of '88. July 3rd, 1988. A friend of mine had lent me his cabin in Pennsylvania for the whole weekend. We were going up there to escape the noise and the madness that the holiday brings. I'll never forget that weekend, son. It was just you, your mom, and myself. Man, what a time we had there. No electricity, no phones, no TV, no nothing. It's just us. Family. You're not gonna remember this. But one night, I think the second night we were there, yeah, we were asleep. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And all of a sudden there were fireworks outside and you woke up screaming and scared from the noise and the darkness. Your mom, she jumped up in the room after you and I was right behind her. Man, you were wailing, crying, wailing away. We tried everything we could do to stop it. But you just kept going. I remember seeing your mom start to panic. So I just took you in my arms and I gently started to rock you. I took you into the room where we were, and I laid down on the bed, and I placed you on my chest laying down. I could feel your little heart beating through your chest. It was beating so fast at first, man. Then after a while, I could feel both hearts beating as one. Same pace. Here we were. Chest to chest. You stopped crying. I sung you a few lullabies. You went to sleep. Oh, it was magical.
And then you decided we were not worthy. You decided we were too much for you, huh? You were not ready for this kind of responsibility, were you?
A man is only a man until he can still be a man, Martin. Love becomes a burden after a while. It chains, it suffocates, it kills you if you're not able to handle it, and I wasn't. That's the truth. Men are weak when it comes to temptation, man. As much as we want to resist and fight, we resist and we fight until there's no more strength left to fight. It's human nature. You'll understand that one day. For God's sakes, you're my son. I love you. You are my blood. I would never want anything bad to happen to you. I just wish things were different so I could be the father that was there to help and protect you.
Fuck this bullshit, man. Protect me. I don't give a fuck. I didn't need you then, and I don't now. I can fend for myself. I always did. If I have to fight, I fight. I can handle my own battles. I taught myself everything I know. Never needed you, and I'm still standing. You can slice and dice all you want. You cannot change the fact that you abandoned us. Me. They told me. But I want to hear from you. What happened to you and Mom?
Look, Martin, you won't understand, man. All right? How can I say this? Look, you still too young to grasp the nature and the complexity of men and women relationship.
Yeah, I'm a quick learner. Try me.
Your mother and we were happy. And I was in love with her. So I thought I was. I think I was. I know I was. While it lasted. Well, you got a long road ahead of you, boy. You're gonna learn about life. You're gonna learn what it entails to be a man. Life is not as easy as it seems. You just give time to time and you'll understand it. You will see it. I wish things were different between you, me, and your mother. I do. All I can say is I'm sorry, man. That's all I can say is I'm sorry.
So, what about that girl? Was it all true?
I don't know. I don't know. Martin, there's always someone to deviate us from our direction. This world is full of temptations. It's full of demons, Martin. I had no control. I understand now how vulnerable and weak and irresponsible I was. I loved your mother, man. I still do.
Don't you think it's a little too late for that? She's dead now. What difference does your love make at this point?
Look, man. I loved her. I left her. And I'm not going to punish myself and keep punishing myself for our mistakes. I hope you find it in your heart some way to forgive me. I love you, son. Goodbye. Take care of yourself. If you ever want to talk, I ain't going anywhere. You know where to find me. I love you, son. Be good.
Why did you leave me? Why did you leave? Why did you leave me? Why did you leave me, Dad? Why did you leave? Why did you leave me? Why did you leave me, Dad?
you. Please give the gentleman a hand, my prisoner 1 and 2. And some of you can go ahead and wipe your faces because I know you're trying not to cry, so it's all right. I'm not going to tell anybody because I can't see you right now. I'm going to actually ask the playwright to come up. I believe he's up in the sound booth right now. Mr. Victor Vauban Júnior. Where are you at? Ah, there you are. Pull up a seat.
Yes.
And could we have our family criminals up front, please? It's okay if you're in your orange jumpsuits. We think they're cute. Did they go down to the dressing room? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I could barely see you because we don't have house lights up. How many of you are here for the first time?
We switch.
Ah. I get a better one. Yes, it's on. Yeah, we might have to put out another seat. Can we get house lights up a little bit? Not all the way, but so I could see people. Ah, perfect, thank you. Have chains will travel. Try explaining that on the subway. Complete with handcuffs. Victor, I'm going to ask you to introduce your actors. Microphone. No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming. And this is Ben. This is Xavier. Father and son. We have been working for quite some time together since, I believe, 2017. Yeah, it's been a while. And these guys are just like heroes for me.
Am I on? Yes. Oh, now I am. Okay, wonderful. Okay, I'll ask the first question because I know they're going to be shy. But actually, before I do that, this is going to be very egotistical. Hello, my name is Brenda Jones, and I'm the curator for the Meet the Playwright series. I didn't introduce myself before, but I am now. Now I get to ask the question. Where did you come up with such a light frolic to think about? Because this is a pretty heavy scene, and I know the play is longer.
I think everything I do, I think it's particularly this scene, it comes out of fear. Fear of what you see out there happening to people of color, to people like me. So I think since I was growing up, I think my parents were always or they were afraid that one of their kids would end up in jail for whatever reason. And I think that was always in the back of my mind. I mean, I grew up with that fear, so I think that play, that particular scene, it stems from that, from fear.
Ooh. All right. I need questions from you guys outside. Hold up your hand, wave something. Don't make me. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, I'm going to have to repeat it because we're doing this on Facebook, on YouTube as well, so I'll repeat the question.
Okay, that's totally fine. Coming from a Caribbean household, my father. No, overall, I just want to say that overall, it touched a lot. Like this right here for the father and son. My dad was locked up for over 15 years. Ever since I came from Jamaica. So looking at that, I never been to jail, but my father's been so gone for most of my life. It touched me in a way. It was like, damn, I really could have been with him. Imagine being with him, going through that same thing. It's like, because I've been in that situation where I talked to him, just be like, he was gone, and I felt like he wasn't there for me. Like he was there for me, through emails, want to talk to me and things like that. But it's just that moment, for him to connect. It's like he wasn't there for me. That right there, that's what really touched me a lot because I needed a father. I had my stepfather, but I knew who my dad was. And that right there touched me in a way. It's like, damn, I really needed my father, because because I know who he is, and like at the end of the day, I'm his first son. So like that touching me right there, like it touched me to the point where it was like, damn, like I know my father loves me. You know, he wanted the best for all his children. But you know, for me right there, I was like, I knew like that right there. It's not like he didn't want to go to jail. He just wanted to do what's best for him and his son or his family. You know, and I appreciate this right there because this stuff right here is not what's talked about a lot. And that's why, like, I appreciate you for like bringing this out to the light because like a lot of people need to see something like that. You know.
Thank you. And I think this place is just to sparkle the conversation about the reasons there are so many people of color behind bars, and for committing a crime or not, or just being a victim. I mean, it's crazy. And the United States is the country that has more people in prison than anywhere else in the world. It's the biggest inmate population in the world, and that's scary. That's very scary.
I can't repeat that, so you're not going to get repeated. I just want you to know that it's like,
Oh no, that's totally
YouTube, you should have been here. Another question.
There's one question over here.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I'm going to go back. Yes, and then I'll go back over there.
Milton Busby, I came from South Florida to see you, first thing. State trooper for 30 years, MP, U.S. Army.
Thank you.
Colonel retired, also PhD.
Thank you.
And also, I did a lot of background in criminal justice. The point that I see here is I love the dynamics between the father and son. 2 boys also incarcerated, myself, being a police officer. So that's a whole nother dynamic that we're not even going to talk about. But the point I make is that you have a prison way of things work, and there is a conflict between the son and the father, and that the way to overcome that conflict, I think you getting there, is that relationship is definitely has to be built. But it's some hatred and it's some disappointment. It's a lot of years that's going to be built up between that father and son to overcome that. I talk too much, but I want to say I love the sector.
We didn't say you talk too much. I'll let you when that happens. Like, oh, get him out of here. No, wonderful. And here's a question for you, actually for all 3 of you, to that point, which is what the gentleman brought up that you can't see on YouTube, is that he understands the dynamic between the father and the son. He is a PhD and a state trooper, and he came up from Florida. See, I remember some of that stuff.
Wow. Wow, that makes me feel very, very important. Thank you so much.
Just opinions from each one of you, can this relationship actually be repaired? Because there's a lot that's gone under the bridge, over the bridge, and the bridge doesn't exist, maybe. Can it be repaired? Oh, he's mine.
Oh, you might.
Oh, it's working? You hear
Yeah.
me? No, okay. Yes, I think so.
Why?
Because for me, in the play, as the character, Earl, when I was about to leave, he called me Dad for the first time. He told me he wanted to hit me in the head with a baseball bat. He told me he wanted to kill me. He used any assortment of F words in my direction. But the last thing that he said to me when I was about to leave was Dad. So that was my opening. That was where I felt that we could start the healing and start to go. That was the bridge for me. Like I told him, I'm not going anywhere. So I have time. And I think that ultimately can be repaired just by that woman right there. And that is what I work up to in doing the whole piece. I work up to that moment. Even though I know it's going to come, I still have to tell myself that I don't know if it's going to really come. And when it comes, it genuinely hits me that he still sees me as his dad. So I think that there's optimism there for me.
Okay, son.
I agree with what Ben was saying. They have time. They have time, and the thing is, they both wanted to see each other, and I'd like to think it wasn't just so I could chew you out and throw F-bombs at you or whatever. There's love there between them, and coming from a son, I think all he does want is his dad. So I think there's definitely hope for that relationship to materialize.
Okay, Playwright, you could make it good, you could make it bad.
No, I think this piece is also about reconciliation. So I do believe in reconciliation. I think that's the medicine for the craziness that's going on outside in the world. And I think they will reconcile, and then they'll finally have that relationship that it should be happening in the first place. Because I believe there's no family without a father. There's no family without a mother. There are so many different kinds of families, but each family, every single one of them, needs a special figure, a supporter that's going to be there for the whole time. And I mean, if there's a piece missing, everything crumbles. So it is important that we have an important figure in the family that is there for protection. Let's put it this way. Yeah.
Yeah, but are they going to make up? Now we got that part out, but are they?
They will. They will.
Okay, look for chapter 2 to this one. Someone's asking a question I couldn't see over here. I apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
First of all, I want to commend both of the actors. Job well done. And this question is for the playwright. How long did it take you to develop this?
I think I wrote this scene in 3 weeks. I wrote this specific scene for this guy over here. Because I have a play that this guy over here, he's the lead, and then I wanted to bring him in because the first thing that I was in my mind, it was that create a character that is in prison, but he's clean, he doesn't curse. We don't know why he's in prison, but he's there. We never know what's the reason. And I think it's important for his character to progress, give some light in the reason why he's there. So the absence of the father is one of the main reasons that landed him in prison. As I was saying before, this play is about reconciliation, and also it comes from my fear of being in prison, of going to jail. And I remember growing up, my father was always telling us, if you go to jail, I'm never going to see you there. You're going to stay there. So never do anything to disappoint me. And that was like, it stuck on me, you know. And I'm always having ideas, I'm always writing. And I think my inspiration also came from that segment in my life.
I saw some hands somewhere, I think, maybe. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. My name is Donald Garner, and I also want to commend the actors for what we saw, as well as the playwright. One of the things that I, in a lot of the line of work that I do, is to support black men in particular to lead with vulnerability.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you just for a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Oh, a lot.
That'd be helpful, yeah.
I'm a minister. I am a consultant. I have an education consulting firm, and I write curricula for schools, nonprofits, corporations. And one of my main clients is the Eagle Academy for Young Men. So for about a decade plus, I've been doing a lot of programmatic support for young men of color in particular.
Oh,
So
we're going to talk afterward, but okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. I can't wait. So I've developed a niche in terms of creating socio-emotional learning programs for young men of color in particular. So when I see a play of this nature, of course, it just, rings true to my heart and a lot of what matters to me. And so when the question was posed before my uncle responded, I thought about, again, just the role of vulnerability that I saw on display during the dialogue between the father and the son. And so it just made me think about how do we continue to foster a culture, right, in our neighborhoods, in our barbershops, in whatever spaces that we frequent, to have healthy dialogue for a man and another man to square off, with issues that are very, critical and deep-seated. And I'll say lastly, when I think about, again, like what vulnerability actually means, I saw it here, because vulnerability is saying, I love you, not knowing what the response is going to be, right? And so when I saw how the son was just continuously, lashing out, the father just sat and took it and took it and took it, you know, knowing that there could be a slither, you know, of a space for an opportunity, as you kept saying, you know, in some of your lines. So I just wanted to acknowledge that without you saying vulnerability, it was very evident that that theme, you know, was prevalent throughout the play.
Another hand, do I see? Okay, somewhere back here, so back here just,
Back here, I'll just talk.
okay, just talk.
Okay. My question is that initial scene where Xavier was on stage individually, was that intended for it to be a younger version of his father, or was that scene to inform us more about his character and what he's going through with his own son now?
What scene?
Yeah,
In the beginning.
Very beginning.
Today? We just
it's as the actor comes on stage is what you're asking?
yeah, okay. In a way, we're just trying to adapt here. Yes, in a way, what I had in mind, it was the fact that they are both in prison, and then it's Father's Day. He has been asking to see his father once he knew his father was there. In a way, that walk represents a lot. So it's up to your imagination to look at his movement, what he was doing, his facial expression, his body language. What does that say? He's walking that walk to go to a point. And I think we can relate to people in prison. They go through that corridor and things that we go through in life. That walk represents a lot. So it's open to your interpretation. Thank you.
No? Yes, no, no? Oh, there's one back there, I see you. Talk loud.
My name is Don Hope. It was an amazing performance, both of you. Xavier, Ben, right?
Mm-hmm.
Playwright, beautiful. So, what I thought was so amazing.
Okay, I'm going to bother you again. Speak out, because you're far away.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm so
Give me that stage yell.
Quieter, my bad. All right. So, Xavier, Ben, you both did amazing, and the Playwright, beautifully well done. So, my question is, because in the beginning, how Ben is speaking in the ways that he's slicing up what his memories were, and they're so beautiful. I love how you played it. But also as a viewer, we still believe that he's just trying to hash out another story. He's trying to just get him on quick terms. And I think it's so beautiful how we're switched. And eventually we find that it's really coming from a real place. It's just he's so used to just having to give the answer or give something that'll let somebody be okay because it's not a lasting relationship anymore. And I thought that was so beautiful. I don't know, how did you come up with that? Where did the dialogue come from? I'm sorry, that was a big...
Thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words. I have, as I was telling, it comes out of fear. All my plays, they have content that there are things that I'm afraid of, things that I see outside in the world, and I can't believe that it is happening. I just, the other day, 2 days ago, I was coming out of my house, my apartment, and then I saw, how do they call when someone died? They had this little, what do they call when, memorial. This little girl was sitting down, and then somebody passed shooting and killed this girl. She was just sitting on the sidewalk with her grandmother, and then, you know, that hit me, and I have to write about something like this. Black people of color in prison, the way, I'm from Brazil, and the way it's out there, you have no idea. If here in America is bad, over there is terrible because there is no justice, there is no nothing. People are just being exterminated, people of color, and it is just out of control, and that terrifies me because we have to walk afraid all the time. I haven't been in my country in 5 years, and I'm terrified to go back there because what I see in the news is just out of control. That's my inspiration.
Inspiration. Okay, I see a hand here, then I'll get to you in a moment. So hand number one.
How are you? My name is Marcel. I spent 23 years at Rikers Island, which is I worked at Rikers Island.
Thank you. I was going to ask you to. I was waiting, Roberto.
How did you survive?
That's not the only thing. I spent also 38 years at Bellevue Hospital, part of it with the criminally insane, which Bellevue has a prison ward. I worked with criminally insane individuals practically all my life. Before that, I worked in group homes, which was like a stomping ground heading towards Rikers Island and Bellevue Hospital. And I've advocated for black men and Latin men my whole career. And although I appreciate what you wrote, by the way, I have I'm known as jailhouse therapist.
No commercials,
Like my
Robildo.
alter ego.
No commercials, Robildo. Stick with the question.
So what I'm trying to say is that although you made a good presentation, there are things that we need to discuss that would benefit these individuals, such as early childhood traumas, such as drug use. If you're smoking marijuana between the ages of 13 and 15, usually where you end up is in Rikers Island. Also, sexual molestation during that period is also a prevalent commodity in people of color. You want to call them people of color. And also, the prime reason why these individuals end up in places like Rikers Island or even in Los Angeles County Jail is because lack of father figure. And those are the issues that you need to address to make the community whole again. People run out on their responsibilities.
I think that's just one of so many reasons why people of color end up behind bars, and there's so many reasons why. And since slavery started in this country, in the Americas, once the father figure, the man, was taken away, that was the beginning of the deterioration of everything.
There's no family structure, basically.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So when you take that away, everything is based on the family structure.
Destabilize
and there isn't
everything.
one.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I was in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro.
Oh yeah, you're lucky you came out. No, it's a beautiful place. It's nice. It's really nice. It's just like it's out of control in terms of politics and everything, and violence, and that's one of the reasons I'm afraid to go back.
When I first started working in this system, if you had a roach in your car, you were facing 1.5 to 3 years with a felony.
And for those of us who are innocent, please define a roach. A tiny, teeny-weeny animal with 6 legs.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You get high.
When you're smoking the animal. Okay, that is a roach. Michael, ask the question because I saw you over there.
Okay, thanks. So it seems like I have a pain in my throat from watching this. I mean, because it was so effective. When I've gone through grief or something. So it sounds like there are a lot of things that you wrote about that bother you, but it's so easy when you see all these things. A way to cope would be to kind of turn away from it, try to see things that are funny, and try to deny it. But yet here you have something where you put these things onto paper. So I'm wondering how you are able to walk with your demons and bring it out on paper, and because it's easy for most of us just to kind of put it away someplace where we just deny its existence, and there's a fear that it would could destroy us if we let these demons out. But yet you did it. You exercised these demons and put it on the paper. So I was wondering if you had any advice on walking with demons.
I see those demons as angels. In my case, it's not something that is constantly I'm terrified of in terms of I can sleep at night, but I use those fears that I have I use them creatively, so I put them on paper, and then that's what you see on stage. And I have like so many things, other plays with so many different titles and different subject matters that it's just like, I'm afraid sometimes of myself because I have so much going through my mind. Just talking to you right now, it's inspiring me to, just hearing you, it gives me idea to write something else. So at some point I have to tell myself, oh, stop. Let's come back to this later. Because if I'm gonna write down everything that I feel like I should, it's just like it's gonna be, I'm gonna be sitting down all the time just like writing, you know.
I'm going to stop asking questions just because I have a bunch in my head and I'll never stop talking. But I'm going to put like our playwright on blast. I said there was something juicy about Victor's background that he's going to tell because I'm not going to. And you know what it is.
Which is that I've been a circus performer for 25 years. I was in circus most of my life. I began in circus when I was like 15.
He's not talking chasing tigers, so be specific, buddy.
I've been traveling all over since I was 15, and pretty much there.
As a what? As a what? As a tiger food?
As an acrobat. I used to be an acrobat, and I used to be all kind of stuff in the circus. I was flying the trapeze. I was doing acrobatics. I was in I was the cage with the lions. I was riding elephants, the whole 9 yards. Thank you.
So just in case you're wondering about, does he have another career? He's had several. So he will not be outside with please money in the bag. Or he might be, but I'll be at the bank. But yes, he's multicultural, multi-talented. Wow. So I was like, really, an acrobat?
Yeah.
So if you were going, you have a Facebook page, right?
Yeah, I do.
There's a picture of him, I kid you not, on his head balancing on a trapeze. Hands-free. So
Yes.
this is the guy.
I was lucky. I see myself as a very lucky person because I came from a very poor part of the country in Brazil. It was very violent and there was poverty everywhere. And I asked my mother to send me to Rio to spend a month as a vacation. And then she told me, if you want to go, you're going to have to work, make the money to go and pay your own ticket because they didn't have money. So that's what I did. So I went to Rio for a month. And then when I was in Rio, I was on the bus, and then I saw a piece of newspaper on the floor. It was about a circus school, and there was open audition for students to join the school. So as I was reading the piece of paper, the piece of newspaper, and then I was looking at the address, and it was just like the bus was just passing by. And then I got off, went to the school, signed up, had the audition, I was in, and that changed my life forever. I didn't come back home for 5 years because I started like traveling 6 months later, I was already traveling, I had a contract, so changed my life.
So you guys are lucky tonight to meet him. So appreciate.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you. No, thank you so much. I'm lucky to have these guys here. I found these guys to be in my place because they are a huge source of inspiration to me. As I was saying, I wrote this part for Ben. Xavier came to audition for a play that I was doing, and then it was a whack play. And then when he came in audition, I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to. He didn't know at the time, but I had to change the whole thing, and then I put him in this play that was just like, it blew my mind. And then I couldn't see anybody else playing this character besides him, you know? He's the one. And then I had to bring Ben to play his father, because you have to see the full-length play, because this is a full-length play. And what you see here tonight, it was just like the tip of the iceberg. All right?
Okay, I'm going to ask like a sexist, no, it's not a sexist question, it's an ageism question. Xavier, how old are you?
Well, I am 26 years old.
Why does he look like he's 17? Because I was like, how does he have so much like acting chops and he looks so blooming young?
Yes.
Okay, so never mind, but you're 26, so you're legal. All right, you can say those bad words. Because otherwise I have to take it like Victor by the ear and talk to him like he's too young for that. I'm going to stop asking questions because otherwise we'll be here all night long, and I appreciate that very much. I'm going to say a few things about JCAL, which is the place that you're sitting in. JCAL is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. So, thank you. There'll be a gala next month, I think, kind of maybe. But JCAL has done a lot in the community here, so you have like Jazz Thursdays and this and that and the other. So Meet the Playwright was an experiment, if you will, when all the theaters went dark. The artistic director gave me a call and said, what are we supposed to do with these theaters? Because there's 2 in this building, and JPAC, which looks like the church down on 153rd in Jamaica, that's a theater inside. Outside it is landmarked. You cannot change the outside, but inside is a full-fledged theater, not a theater in the basement. The entire place is fabulous. But he had dark theaters because of COVID. So what do we do? Oh no, what are you asking me for? It's dark for me too. He goes, why don't we go online? I said, okay. So as a result, in 2021, we started Meet the Playwright 100% virtual. And I want to thank some of you who were in here and some of you who weren't, but you supported it. So we did, I think, 3 plays the first year, 4 plays the first year. And it took off. I said, okay. So they said, okay, let's do 22. I went, okay, fine. I'm into that. So we started. Of course, Omicron messed up this year, so January and February were gone. So we started in March, and every month, because we do it once a month, the last Friday, except for this month, the last Monday of every month. We're not doing it next week because of Memorial Day, but the crowd has increased. And you're talking, and we appreciate it. So next month, June, is the last month for Meet the Playwright, because it's supposed to be a January through June year, except for COVID keeps messing things up. I don't understand why you guys don't get this together. And next month we will be doing Pearls and Swine. And you're going to have to come and find out about who, why, what, and where by a playwright by the name of Willie Ann Gissendanner. I have to stop and do that every time because I always get it wrong. So Willie Ann, I did that for you. So please talk about it. But because it has progressed very well, Meet the Playwright situation and the series overall, it's coming back in September. So I appreciate the support, whether it's online, whether it's here in the theater. Talk, share, did you find out? We'll gossip the whole 9 yards. But thank you very much, and I really want to have you give yourself a hand for being here and being brave with or without mask. But you showed up, and we appreciate it so much because we look forward to doing a lot more come September, because there will be the plays that are changing to Thursday, no more Mondays. And we might reach out to some of the local colleges, and I think there's about 5 or 6 in this immediate area in Queens, that we're going to start getting students involved with it. So we'll have performances and we'll have rehearsals that I have to do with the students. But that's all in pencil work right now. But give yourself a hand because you guys are wonderful. Better than that, come on. See, someone figured it out. Okay, thank you very much. So without any further ado, I'm going to say you guys can go home. I can eat dinner. He can calm down. And they can get out of that cute orange jumpsuit they've been wearing for the last couple of hours. Unless they want to go home, but maybe you shouldn't wear it on the subway. I'm just saying. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you next month.
Thank you, guys. Good night. Good night. Thank you.